Welcome to Episode 8, Applying AI to Practical Work. This lesson follows AI output from an initial draft to a usable business asset. Through email, product listings, media, labels, video, analysis, training, and publishing, we will see where human verification changes the work. The course now moves from standards and feedback into practical production. The habits developed earlier, clear input, explicit standards, revision, and review, will be applied across several independent work categories. AI output is not yet a finished asset. Confirm the facts, decide whether it suits the audience and channel, test whether it is usable, and identify who accepts responsibility. Speed creates a draft, verification creates something suitable for real work. The practical cycle begins with purpose and source material. AI prepares a draft, human review checks facts and quality, revision corrects the result, and application moves it into real work. Each stage changes the work product. AI can support documents, commerce, specialized tools, media, analysis, and publishing. These are separate applications rather than mandatory stages. Choose only the category required by the current task. For a professional email, begin with the original message and verified facts. Analyze the request, draft a reply using appropriate language, and verify names, commitments, tone, and attachments. AI can organize the response. The sender remains responsible for every promise. One product needs different treatment across channels. Amazon may emphasize structured facts and benefits, eBay condition and shipping details, Shopify brand voice and rich media, and social posts a short hook and call to action. Adapt the message without inventing product facts. A product listing workflow starts with verified ingredients, use, claims, and policy. Generate channel-appropriate structure and tone, compare the draft with platform rules and required facts, then publish through the approved process. AI can extend writing into working tools such as formatted HTML, questionnaires, scripts, and reusable templates. Generated code or logic must be tested in the real environment before customers, staff, or business systems depend on it. Testing should confirm that the work functions without errors, accepts the required information, includes validation, stores data in the correct place, and uses buttons or links properly. Protect customer information and test with safe data. A reusable template needs visible operating logic, purpose, intended user, required inputs, expected output, and final review. A document becomes operational only when responsibilities and conditions are clear. A product media set may include an original photograph, a refined image, instructional media, a safety image, and channel-specific versions. One photograph can support several purposes, but the product must remain truthful. Each image has a different teaching job. One identifies the actual product, another explains features, another demonstrates use, and another communicates precautions. Do not repeat one visual merely to fill space. Moving from label draft to physical product requires source-based copy, verification of ingredients and required statements, a print check, correct sizing, and approval of the physical result. A convincing mock-up is not proof that a label is ready to print. Verify that the label matches the actual product, includes required information, fits the container and printer template, remains legible, and is correctly placed. The physical object, not the attractive AI image, is the final reference. Social channels operate as a system when channels, standards, review, drafts, and publishing are coordinated. Define platform purpose and tone, record ideas and customer themes, prepare appropriate content, and review every claim before publication. A finished video connects script, slides, narration, captions, and editing through timing. These parts form a real sequence because each affects the viewer's experience of the next. Human review protects the final cut. Check timing, pronunciation, visual rights, factual accuracy, and the ending. Generated narration or automated editing still requires full playback before release. Price and competitor information should separate price, product features, competitor evidence, and market implications. A structured comparison can support a decision, but it does not make the decision automatically. Analysis can organize scattered facts, calculate transparent comparisons, identify questions, and show assumptions. It cannot guarantee future demand, competitor behavior, perfect price points, or complete source data. Verify sources, period, method, and interpretation. Structured workbooks support continuing operations through controlled tables for costs, tools, content, and standards. Tables make changing information easier to compare, update, and reuse. Technical material can become beginner training by identifying the audience and terminology, translating concepts into plain language, building a learner-friendly sequence, adding examples, and checking technical accuracy. Interpretation support does not replace subject expertise. A publishing workflow coordinates content structure, visuals, language, metadata, and final production. The author retains control over content, rights, sources, quality, and publication decisions. Plan one real AI-assisted product. State what it will be used for, identify trustworthy source material, define the AI-supported work, and name the tests or approvals required before use. Choose one AI draft and move it toward verified real-world use. Confirm the inputs, generate a working draft, test and correct it, and approve it only when it meets the required standard. Episode 9 moves into working with AI agents. The QR code opens the optional companion guide.